So here it is. This is the 2025 MINI Countryman SE ALL4. This is the electric model, and what you're getting under the hood is 306 horsepower and 364 torque. Now that is pretty impressive. This thing has more torque than the F60 JCW Countryman, and for that matter, I think it has the same horsepower as the previous model as well. So you're getting 306 horsepower, you're getting 360 plus torque on this. And this is gonna be a pretty impressive car to drive today, but before we get to that, let's walk around this new vehicle and check out some of the features. For starters, you'll notice that it looks very much like the standard gasoline-powered Countryman, and that's one of the things I like about it. You see, one of the things with this vehicle is, and one of the things with any electric vehicle, is the fact that they tend to look electric. They tend to look like an electric car. And that's one of the things I don't like about electric cars these days. I want the car to look like the internal combustion counterpart, if you will. So this one actually does look like the internal combustion counterpart. It has vibrant silver wheels, vibrant silver trim. It has a white roof. Actually, it's more of a light gray, and it has the smoky green paint job. It also has the brown Vesson interior. But either way, it's a really nice little vehicle, and what's great about it is it looks like the regular car. You're not dealing with a vehicle that is intentionally looking like an electric car. And one of the only identifiers really that this car is electric is the fact that if you go to the front of the car, you will see a yellow S, indicating this is the SE. Now, unlike the European market, we only get the SE ALL4. We don't get the E ALL4, and that's because this one has more horsepower, more torque, and it's all-wheel drive. Whereas the one in Europe that's the lesser model, I think it has front-wheel drive only, and Americans, we tend to want more power. So you get that. You also get a range of about 212 miles, which is very impressive. That puts this car about 100 miles more than the outgoing F56 Cooper SE. So that's saying something about this car. You're getting more range, you're getting more horsepower, you're getting more torque, and you're getting the ability to fit 5 people comfortably in this vehicle. So what else is in this car? Let's find out. So this is the iconic trim Countryman, and it's equipped fairly nice. It has the 18-inch asteroid spoke wheels. Those are asteroid spoke wheels. So because you have 18-inch wheels, you're going to have a better rolling resistance as well, and that makes this car a little bit more efficient as far as electric driving is concerned. You'll notice that the rear bumper does not have any visible exhaust pipes. That's continuous across all Countrymans except for the John Cooper Works. So there's nothing really different there. Aside from that, the car looks the same. When you open the hatch, you find nice trunk space here and storage under the floor, including your charging cable so you can charge your car at home. When you go to the back seat, plenty of room, and I'm not the smallest person in the world, but I fit in here quite comfy. And for regular trips or somewhat long trips, it's not that bad. Going to the front, we have this brown to bluish green interior. We also have Harman Kardon. We got the new textured cloth dashboard, and it's actually quite nice. I tend to really like it. We got these new vertical vents instead of the circles. Now, the one thing that sets these cars apart, in fact sets MINI apart from any brand out there now, is this new circular OLED screen with everything you need in here, including your climate controls, your navigation, whatever you absolutely need in this car. As you can see by the range, we have about 162 miles, so that's pretty nice as well. Down here, you'll notice this unique switch panel here. This is reminiscent of the 1959 Minis, and down here we have our shifter, we have our starter, and we have our driving modes as well as our radio controls. We also have other things down here, including our defrosters, hazards, and so forth. We also get wireless charging for our phones down here, cup holders, and a quite nice little storage cubby that I affectionately think of as a snack box because of how easy it is to open. You'll notice the really nice brown Vesson interior. This is synthetic. This is not natural material, but it feels like leather and it feels really nice. You also have these nice little touches like the blue Mini logo right there on the center of the seat. And these also, you'll notice, have fixed headrests. These are the JCW seats, which you can now get on any Mini, basically. And you end up with these nice fixed headrests, side bolsters, thigh bolsters, and so forth. Over here, you'll also notice a armrest that fully adjusts out. And what's great about that is you can actually use it. It's a usable armrest, which is something that many customers have been wanting for a very long time. You'll also notice overhead a sunroof, and it is partially open because I got a mount up there, but this is a power sunshade, and it's fully opaque when it's closed. So no more grabbing and sliding it yourself. You flip a switch right there and it will open and close. Or you switch the car to balanced mode and it will close it for you and activate the seat massager. Yes, there is a seat massager in the driver's seat, and I think there's one in the passenger seat as well. Now, I forgot to mention with the interior, you also have power seats, and you can get power seats on the hardtops now as well. Now, under the bonnet, you have a fully electric motor. Now, yes, there is a decorative plastic shroud, and for safety reasons, I am not going to remove this shroud. I want to keep myself safe. But there it is. There's our engine bay, or motor bay in this case. And really, what's great about these cars, and what I happen to like, I'll get to that later. What I happen to like about these is that aside from the fact that the grille is fully closed, you cannot tell the difference between this and the internal combustion counterpart. So for those of you who are familiar with the closing procedure for the bonnet on a Mini Cooper, or the hood of a Mini Cooper in this case, it used to be bring it down and let it drop. That's not the case anymore, because if you try to do that, it will not close. The correct way to do it in this case now is to bring it down and throw. And there you go. The correct way to close the bonnet on a brand new Mini Cooper. So along with the new features and everything, you get these new, very different looking headlights. Now, they're not for everybody. A lot of people like them, a lot of people don't. It just depends on how you look at it. What's cool about it is you'll notice the way the LED driving light is set up. There are lighting modes for this car. There's 3, and one of them is a JCW variant, which lights up just a portion of this, and it even changes the tail light pattern. I'll get to those a little later, possibly in this video, maybe in another video, but it is a cool little feature to have. So regarding those lighting modes, the car has 3 settings: Classic, Favored, and John Cooper Works. Right now we are on Classic, which is a Union Jack tail light. If I switch it to Favored, it changes it to a more vertical looking tail light. And if I change it to John Cooper Works, we get something quite different, which is a really neat looking tail light, actually. Now, along with everything else, you come to the inside with your new OLED screen, and you can do a lot of things in here that you could do with previous Minis, but it's a circular screen, so it's just really cool. So you can move around for your navigation, you can do everything you need in here, go back home. I can go through different features. My little assistant there, Spike, can help me out if needed. According to the weather, it is 29 degrees Celsius, which it now just switched to 84 degrees. Yes, it is 84 degrees, and it's very hot in Kansas City today. So there you go. Go down here. What other features do we got? Everything in here, air console games. I might have to try that at some point. Assisted view. So there's another view of my car that I'm currently in, and all my little safety bits here. So nice little things there. But the thing I really want to try out is how this electric Mini Countryman drives. Now, I do have a head-up display right there, which is standard on all US spec cars, so you don't have to worry about taking your eyes off the road to look at the center screen. That being said, when you have it in the right driving mode, the speed is up here at the top, and it is so large, you're not going to miss it. So to that end, let's get to it. Let's go take this car out there and have fun with it. So naturally, people have asked me in the past, why do I strictly review and do videos with Mini Coopers? Well, quite frankly, I like the brand. But the other part of that is no one has actually ever offered other cars for me to do. So effectively, Mini has been the one brand I can do, and it's one I happen to do very well. So we are in the Countryman now. I'm going to flip it to my favorite driving mode, which is not core. It is go-kart. And we get that woohoo sound, which is really funny. Right now I have the car in go-kart mode, and as you can see, it has the speed right there. It also tells us what the speed is in the parking lot. So we're gonna get going here real quick And I'm going to get this into the position that I like, which means I need to get the seat a little bit more comfortable. And we should be all set. Steering wheel where I want it. All right, this is the new electric Countryman. Now, I just put it in go-kart mode, and we are now at 161 miles of range, which is a lot. And you all might be having range anxiety. Well, so here's the thing about the range. This range is significantly more to a degree where you don't have to worry about running out of electric power. And that's because you're just not going to. It's going to be what you need for this vehicle. Now, there are people out there who are going to say, oh, I need to have 300, 400, 500 miles of range. That's all well and good. But the average person who buys this car is not going to be using it necessarily for cross-country driving, but a couple of hours down the road, you can do it with this car quite easily. And quite comfortably, in fact, because I'm already very comfortable in this vehicle. We got, oh wow, does it do the adaptive braking? Oh, it kind of did. It is doing adaptive braking. This is interesting. So I'm not driving in green mode. I am driving in sport mode or go-kart mode because I want to feel what it's like to drive this car. And it's different. There's a sound it keeps making whenever it slows down. It's kind of an odd sound, but I don't know enough about it to give you a good idea of what it is. And here we go. Holy crap! Okay, that 360 plus torque is quite impressive in an electric car. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's really impressive. I like this. So the torque is almost instantaneous, and 306 horsepower, 308 horsepower. Holy smoke. All right, I need to move over because I'm going to see how it corners. And speaking of electric cars, there goes a Hummer, which is a completely useless vehicle. It almost sounds like a rocket ship when it's accelerating. This is amazing. I like this. And it's comfortable too, so you're not uncomfortable doing all this. I just really like it. Low power wireless charging. Okay, I didn't need to know that my phone is wireless charging. That's the only annoying thing right there, is it keeps popping up with my wireless charging for my phone, which is currently sitting in the cradle down there. But otherwise, so far so good. Now my battery is pretty much nicely charged, 160 miles of range. I'm going to take my phone off of there because that's annoying. Now you'll notice that there's not a lot of circles anymore in these cars, but that's not a terrible thing because the original Minis didn't have a ton of circles either, really. I mean, apart from the headlights and the speedometer. But I like how it drives. I like the new smaller steering wheels. They just feel more comfortable when you're driving down the road. Oh my gosh. Electric Mini cornering. The acceleration is like instantaneous. The throttle response is incredible, and this is drive-by-wire and brake-by-wire, so really impressive overall. Just really impressive. What is that sound? I love it. Oh my gosh, I like it. I really do. It just sounds really cool when it accelerates. It's like a video game. Okay, I'm having too much fun with this car. I'm gonna have to buy one. Oh wow, I like that. Kind of gives you goosebumps, really. I don't know, it's just really, it's exciting to drive. It really is. Now if I could just get over, but luckily I got the blind spot warning to let me know that there's cars coming up, and that's a new feature for these cars that a lot of you out there have been asking for quite some time. So Mini finally delivered that to you guys. So now you got blind spot warning, you got lane departure warnings, lane departure alerts, you got all the stuff that you've been wanting for 10, 20 years that now these vehicles actually have. And at a price point that's not that unreasonable for what you're buying. You're buying effectively a small luxury car. So when you spend that kind of money, you are going to get all the bells and whistles that you want. Overall, I'm quite impressed with this vehicle. I really am. And you all really should take this for a test drive if you haven't done so yet. If you've bought one, I really want to know if you've bought one actually, because I think it's just a phenomenal vehicle. But let's get back to the dealership. All right, well that was a really incredible drive. I think this car is amazing. The new electric Countryman is just phenomenal. Just a great vehicle overall. It is more powerful than the regular internal combustion Countryman, which is impressive. These softer tires are really nice. I'd prefer the larger ones just from an aesthetic standpoint, but if you're looking for ride comfort, these are the way to go. The 18-inch wheels will do you just fine with this vehicle. But overall, I think it's just an amazing car. It has the looks of a normal Mini Countryman. It's not screaming electric car. It's just a normal vehicle, and that's what I like about it. I think it's just a great vehicle. But you don't have to take my word for it. Leave a comment below and tell me what you think of this car. Have you driven one? Have you bought one? I want to know. But until next time, I want to thank you all for watching, and if you like what you see, check out more content on this channel at the end of this video.